Okay.
And we're live.
Yes, we are. Perfect. So, what's up, folks? Welcome to this evening's episode of the Running Gun Podcast. I'm Jay Peeps,
And I'm Ace.
and tonight we have ooh, wow, the Texas Rangers have a pool in their stadium. My bad, I got sidetracked. I'm watching World Series. I think this might be it for the night. But besides the Rangers having a pool, yes. So we're going to be covering a lot of things tonight, of course, as you know, as always. Basically, FAMU clinched the East. One more win this weekend against Alabama A&M, and they will have home field advantage. But obviously, FAMU's not settling for that. FAMU's obviously going for and gunning for a 10-1 record. So, as you know, that's what is right now. But
that game got over fast. I did not expect that game to be over so soon.
Honestly, same, dude. I was expecting, because the way Willie Simmons hyped it up and mentioned it, it was like, the toughest battles are against the people which is obvious. I mean, look at Nick Saban. Look at how he fares against his former assistants, of course. So I'm like, yeah, I agree. It makes sense. But then, they went out there and posed their will. Honestly, I had half of the score prediction right. I said 45-20, but we got 45-7 in the end. So it was a dominant display. One thing I will say is the FAMU's got to do something about the Wi-Fi on campus. They got to do something about the Wi-Fi. That was
well. We knew that was always an issue, though. That's been giving all our guests trouble.
That's very true. That is very true. It has, but something's got to get done about that, man. But overall, we're going to talk about a couple other things. Who out of the West might also be in play for potentially clinching this weekend. Plus, you got to think 2 weeks till the Body Classic to go. But a lot's coming up here soon as we enter the last 4 weeks of the regular season in the SWAC. As well, too, someone got fired already.
Yeah, kind of saw that coming.
I did too, to be honest with you, and it needed to happen. As well as also, college football playoff rankings finally came out. So we're going to give our thoughts on that. So, and I'm pretty sure as we go along here, Ace will get ready to bring back his whiteboard, and we'll go through all these scenarios and stuff as we progress.
Give me a second. I got to look around for it. I still have to find that back again. Oh, wait, I see it. Never mind. I got to find a marker, and we're all good.
Oh,
I've returned.
Wow. The trusty whiteboard.
Whiteboard's back, boys.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, Oh, actually, we'll get into that on the other side of the intro. But yeah, the whiteboard's back. NFL's coming into the second half of the season. Some trades came in the deadline, but pretty boring. Pretty boring overall, though. But, we'll get into it. See you on the other side of this intro.
Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP. This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
Cool.
Let's go ahead.
Be right back.
Be right back. What do you mean, be right back?
No, I said we're back.
Oh, my bad. So basically saying pretty much, actually, let me pull this out because we didn't do the post-game reaction the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. We've been playing hooky on it.
Look, dude, honestly, to be fair, the Texas Southern game ended at like 11 o'clock at night. And then homecoming, it just wasn't happening because I walked out of Bragg feeling pretty good about myself. I walked in feeling pretty good.
You were feeling good about yourself for other reasons.
Yeah, That's true. And I was not about to get in front of a camera feeling like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, stop. See, why are you so messy? So messy. Golly.
I'm posting this YouTube link on Twitter. Give me a second.
You're good. But overall, looking at the team stats from last week, and actually, we'll get to what you mentioned about Alcorn and Southern this weekend as well. So practically saying, FAMU basically outgained Prairie View in multiple facets. 4 penalties for 40 yards as well throughout the whole game, which is very impressive. As well, too, 3 turnovers created by the Dark Clouds defense, who is currently now number 4 in the FCS. And then 272 passing yards to Prairie View's 93, 181 rushing yards to Prairie View's 127. And, 50% on third down, which is pretty good. Prairie View 5 of 17 on third down, which is not that good. All and wherewithal, it essentially just eliminated Prairie View from contention in the West almost. I think there is a chance, really just, and this is where we lead into Ashton's question, which Ace, you can post now.
All right. Southern Alcorn.
Yes, so they play this weekend. Both teams are 4-1 in the West, 5-3 overall. And this could be a big factor as far as, who clinches the West. Right now, because of the head-to-head, FAMU has the edge over Southern. And also, too, because of a head-to-head with Prairie View and Prairie View owning a victory over Alcorn, FAMU has the edge to host over either one. But as well, too, what people don't – but this is the thing. A win this weekend in Huntsville, so Alabama A&M still in play. We still need to beat them. A win this weekend in Huntsville secures a home game in the SWAC Championship. Pretty much. So
we could do this. We could break it all down on the whiteboard here for HBCU, or are we saving it for college football?
You can save it for college football. People understand this. It's not that complex. So, yeah, pretty much, right now. And plus, you got to think, too.
I want an excuse to use the whiteboard.
There's a lot still at play in that SWAC West. Like, we still have the Bayou Classic. We're Southern has to still beat Grambling. We still have you still have you still have Jackson State and Alcorn State that have to play. You still have Southern and Prairie View still left to play. So the West is still pretty much up for grabs. There's no clear-cut punch ticket. Not yet.
Yeah. It's still open.
Exactly. Whereas if you look at the East, FAMU's basically run through everybody except for Bethune and Alabama A&M, which both their time is coming. Their time is coming, in fact. So a lot of factors at play here. Lots of factors at play here. Because look, one thing's for sure. I think, to be real with you, depending on what happens tomorrow night here in Daytona in the blackout game, I don't think Bethune can beat Mississippi Valley right now. Looking at it,
we know. No, that's not happening.
Yeah, I think Bethune's destined for maybe a 1-10 season. It's actually pretty funny. I saw something messed up about it. It was like Bethune fired Terry Sims, who went 2-9, just to hire someone else to go
1-10.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm looking at it, like there's a possibility FAMU at the end of the year walks out of the Florida Classic 10-1, and Bethune walks out of that Florida Classic 1-10.
Oh, the irony!
I know, it's very ironic. But, the main focus right now is just, Huntsville this weekend. The 100 is going to that. They're going to make the trip for that as well. So I understand why the importance of that is. You want to secure the home game. And then, you want to move on from there. And then you have a Lincoln team that's just now establishing a football program who has been on the road nonstop. So you kind of got two games you got to handle business for before you get to the one at the end of the regular season. So it's going to be an interesting, fun 2 weeks.
It is going to be, well, it's interesting for one side of the bracket. The other side's already set, but yeah. When you have it where you don't know what's coming on one side and the other team knows they're already going to be there, it's kind of like they have to prepare additionally for all of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not preparing yet, but I'm sure like some of the scouts are already starting to look at film on it, and
Yeah.
So when that happens, they got to look at everybody for right now. So who knows? Maybe they'll be more prepared for it, or because of it, I should say.
It's actually pretty funny. I think you would have found it amusing as well. They didn't. Someone was like, "We didn't need the distraction committee at homecoming this year," and I'm like, you got a point. You got a point. I thought that was funny, but overall this weekend, definitely two games to keep an eye on. Of course, is FAMU and Alabama A&M, and then of course Alcorn and Southern. Those are two huge games this weekend. And then also too, Prairie View's still not out of it either. Prairie View's still in the running, of course, too. They have to take care of business against Pine Bluff as well. And then yeah, that's practically it for this weekend. And then of course Thursday night football, college football, ESPNU, Bethune, and Mississippi Valley here in Daytona. I'm not going to that, to be honest with you. I am going to be too tired. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting little weekend and stuff coming up here. So, yes. And with that being said, we can switch on over to the NFL.
We had a little short topic on the HBCU. Not much this week, besides recapping the game.
Well, also too,
one game.
Alabama State did beat Alabama A&M to send FAMU to clinching
the clinch.
Yeah, and then also too, Jackson Lalani Armenta, the first woman to score in FCS, in the FCS, in an FCS HBCU game. So, kudos to her, which is very impressive. But now,
very nice.
We can switch on over to this right here.
Which one do you want to go with?
Oh, we're gonna start off with the elephant in the room. Josh McDaniels got fired.
Yeah, midnight. That was hilarious. Well, it was midnight on the East Coast. He got fired, I believe, it was midnight on the... What time? Was it midnight on the West Coast?
It was
I think it might have been midnight on the West Coast, and it was 2 o'clock here on the East Coast.
It was 1:40 in the morning, based off of Adam Schefter's tweet.
Okay, I got the notification at 1:05. So, yeah, it was about... Las Vegas is on Pacific time or Mountain time?
Las Vegas is on, I think, not Mountain time. I think that's Western. I think it's Pacific time. I think. I'm not too sure.
So, it was around 11.
Yeah. But, dude...
No, it wasn't 11. It would have been about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on that coast side. It was about 1 o'clock. It was when the news broke on the East Coast.
If I had a soundbite for Thief in the Night by not Pooh Shiesty, but if I had the soundbite for that, I would definitely play it because he got fired in the dead of the night while all of us here on the East Coast were sleeping. They basically essentially cleaned out his locker.
Well, not all of us were asleep, but yeah.
Oh, well, I was asleep because I was like, I'm done for the day. I'm checking out. But
I was wasting my time watching the Magic Clippers game.
I was watching Halloween films.
Good for you. Did you get any trick-or-treaters?
No, dude, I live on the 3rd floor. Ain't nobody coming up here to see me. Ain't nobody coming up here to see me. No. That wasn't happening. I ain't got no candy, dude. I ain't got no candy. I'm sorry. If there is any candy in here, it was already eaten by me.
Well, back on topics of the boogeyman coming to take the candy.
Did you
Mark Davis got all his money taken by Josh McDaniels and ran away and got fired. That was funny. I would have said if they wanted to fire him, why didn't they do it before the deadline and just sell Devontae Adams and all to keep Josh Jacobs, those kind of guys? Because you're not gonna do anything with them this year. This season's already lost, and you could have got extra draft capital for them.
The thing was, I don't know if you saw Monday night, Devontae Adams' frustration.
Oh yeah,
he was hot because he was like, I left Aaron Rodgers to go play for Derek Carr. Derek Carr is not even here anymore.
First off, why would anybody want to play with Derek Carr? I know he was your college quarterback, but Sorry.
Honestly, I'm just.
But anyway, yeah, that was a dumb decision by Devontae to leave Aaron Rodgers when he had a good thing going. Because like, if Devontae didn't leave, I don't know if Aaron leaves to go to New York at that point, and he doesn't end up playing on a turf field. Achilles doesn't go. Ding, ding, ding. You know. But anyway, that's just all hindsight 2020, right? But now to 2023, and we're in November now, and the Raiders need a new head coach. They need a new GM. They hired their linebackers coach, Antonio Pierce, to be their new head coach, interim head coach,
Mhm.
and they're officially gone from the Patriot way of thinking. So who knows what they do now?
Dude, honestly, I heard what was he 20 and 33 as a head coach? And honestly, a lot of
That's
people realize like they don't need no franchise needs to make this mistake of hiring him again.
Nope.
And it's one I think
He
one
needs to stay as a Bill Belichick assistant.
yes. He's that one like I guess assistant that never really was able to leave the nest. Because every time he leaves, he gets fired and he has to come right on back.
Well, most Patriot assistants are kind of like that when you think about it.
That's true. That's very true. It's just I don't get it. Because the thing is,
I would say this: he is on the same tier of a coach as Todd Bowles, Dennis Allen, those kind of guys where they're really good coordinators, but they're terrible head coaches. Nathaniel Hackett's also one of them, but
yes,
there's more on the top of my head, but they're in that. There's a tier of coaches that are like they're good head coordinators and then they become great head coaches. But some of them, they're like they could just handle one side of the ball. They can't take the full duties that a head coach needs to do with game management, rotations, players, everything.
that's actually very
like
true.
some of them just ain't built for it.
They're not.
There's a couple of coaches in the league. Indianapolis is going to be in the same situation. Shane Steichen is a great offensive head coach. Damn, that defense is terrible.
That makes sense because honestly, it's like it is like you said. A lot of those coaches, I question. Why was Todd Bowles given that job? I didn't think he deserved it. I know you're
I
questioning.
don't think Dennis Allen should have got that job either.
Yeah, why was Dennis Allen given that job? They didn't deserve it.
This is the 2N.
I don't get
Second time.
I guess. Yeah. Check. Yeah, it is the second time because he was with the Broncos, remember?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out what the 2N is. I assume it's the Broncos he's referring to.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Yeah, so Indianapolis, I don't know if Frank Reich was good at the time, but I mean they dodged the bullet not when he decided to go back to New England and not take that job.
Yes. I think Jackson dodged the bullet with Byron Leftwich.
Mm-hmm.
I really do because I felt that everybody has their own opinion. Someone tried to be like, well, it was because he wanted a different GM. Well, if Byron Leftwich would have been in Jacksonville, he would have stunted Trevor Lawrence's growth. Plain and simple. Yeah, no, I believe that. That's accurate.
I know some dudes, they were smoking that pack of Josh McDaniels last night so hard. I have a Raiders fan who I'm friends with on Twitter. Boy, he was so happy that McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, and the GM all got fired. And I'm like, as a Saints fan, I'm like, God, I wish for the day Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael can get fired. I was like, I am so jealous of Raiders fans. But Raiders fans, y'all dealt with that. You dealt with Gruden. You dealt with Del Rio. Yeah, a couple more head coaches. I'm forgetting how many. They've had a lot of bad coaches.
Bill Callahan.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude, honestly, I'm telling you, they have not had anything consistent since 2002.
Mm-mm.
They really haven't. They stopped posting.
Oh, stop posting my incomplete comments. If you don't see a full sentence, I messed up. Drunk half the time you don't post a full sentence anyway.
It's that liquor he on. That's that liquor. He got that
What is,
good.
and we say he was a cheap vodka person, not a dark. We always thought he was dark, but no.
I always thought he was a
First-
Hennessy. That's when I said he was a Hennessy guy. I thought he was a Hennessy guy, but he was like, nah, man, I can't do dark. He's a vodka guy.
Anyways, speaking of people who lost their jobs, Desmond Ritter lost his job as well.
I was very shocked by that.
The Falcons somehow got better in the middle of the year without acquiring anybody. It was so hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Still praying the Falcons win the NFC South,
you're still praying.
but it's not gonna happen, huh?
You're still praying they do?
Praying they do.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, honestly. Well,
No, it's not gonna happen. Have you seen the Saints' schedule? It's like the football gods want them to be stuck in mediocrity. They're gifting them the season so they can keep Dennis Allen around and be stuck in mediocrity forever.
well, I mean, what? Does it work in your favor?
It works in my favor if they get rid of him,
I mean, like,
but they would have to lose a division to get rid of him. But now Falcons getting rid of benching Ritter and going with Heineke, that makes them more semi-competent on offense without all the crazy turnovers.
yeah, that's very true.
He has a limited ceiling, but all he has to do is game manage with getting the ball to Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan Robinson. That's all your job is.
Yes. And honestly, to be honest with you, I was kind of surprised. I was surprised because I was like, look, he's winning games. He's winning games. He has you at first in the division. Like, why would you? But I'm like, hey, maybe there's a little something more there. And, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Y'all right. And Ritter make Mariota look like Aaron Rodgers. I guess you could say something like that. I guess you could.
I will say this: the first team in the NFC South to get a competent head coach probably is winning that division for the next decade. I said this, I believe, in April.
You
When the
probably
Panthers got Bryce Young. I don't think Frank Reich is a head coach of Bryce Young to do that. So it's still a fair game between the Bucks, Saints, and Falcons to get quarterback and head coach.
I guarantee you, watch it be the Panthers, of all people, to get a competent head coach.
Well, that means they have to fire Frank Reich after 1 year.
Possible. Lovie Smith got fired after a couple of years.
I think 2 out of the 3 teams in the NFC South are looking for a head coach this offseason.
Yes.
Unless whoever does make the playoffs gets the brakes beaten the hell off.
Which
Like,
was
let's say Dallas got the 2 seed, right? Or San Francisco got the 2 seed. No, wait, no, it wouldn't be that. It would be, let's say Seattle won the NFC West, right? Somehow, some way, Seattle won the NFC West. You put San Francisco as the wild card, and San Francisco beats the brakes off of, let's say, the Saints or the Falcons. I say there's a chance you might see the head coach getting fired. But otherwise, whoever loses the division probably is getting a new head coach anyway.
Yeah.
But whoever wins the division, unless San Francisco is the 2 seed and they beat is the 5 seed, and beats the brakes off of them, I don't see it happening. Or Dallas. Dallas is going to be the 5 seed anyway because Philadelphia is probably winning the division. So there's a chance if Dallas or San Francisco gets the 5 or 6 seed and beats the crap out of them.
Yeah. Makes sense. Also, too, speaking of divisions, I never thought I would say this, but I feel bad for Arthur Smith.
I don't. He got that job out of nepotism.
He did. Now, the other thing, too, is the Broncos knocking off the Chiefs for the first time in 16 games. That was...
Didn't they say that was like the Mahomes flu game, though?
Was it really, though?
I don't know. They said he was sick. Half the NFL felt like they were sick.
Yeah, honestly, dude, look, we are in November now. Nobody's really healthy at this point, especially coming out of the trade deadline. Nobody's healthy. They do have Calais
Jarrett lost for the year, so yeah, I guess.
They got Calais Campbell too.
Oh yeah, he's hurt too, ain't he?
Not sure. I mean, he played against the Bucks. I'm not sure if he played this past weekend because I didn't have time to watch games. So,
Back to Kansas City is like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know if I want to say that's a trap game entirely, but it's kind of like, I'm not too worried about the Chiefs. I do think the Broncos are somehow going to mess around and win 7 games
what's
and
their
keep themselves out of a position to get a quarterback.
Well, they got Russell Wilson.
They've won 3 games, I believe.
So right now the Broncos
3-4 or
They
3-5.
do the Broncos do not wait. Do they play this weekend?
No, I think they're on bye.
Yeah, they are on a bye. They don't play this weekend. But looking at it, the
They are
Broncos,
3-5, last in division, but like,
can they reel off 7? Can they reel off maybe like 4 more games?
nah, Russ is semi the problem, man. Russ has some blame on him. He's made some really dumb decisions and cost some games.
I'm actually gonna pull up these stats right now. So Russell Wilson on the season through 8 games, 16 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions.
I'm gonna say this.
26 sacks through 8 games.
I'll say this. I don't think. All right, week 10 they got the Bills. I don't think they're winning that game. But then they got the Vikings with no Kirk Cousins who tore his Achilles. They're
Winnable.
probably going to be playing Joshua Dobbs. I can see them winning that game. Then they got the Browns. Browns have been a question mark at QB all year.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know if they F around and win that game, but they could try.
Yes.
Then you got the Texans. Like Houston's decent, but they're not great or bad.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, then what do we just lost to Carolina? So I won't take too much stock into that.
Right.
Then you got the Chargers. Like, it's a divisional game. They could easily split that. I wouldn't put a shocker on that. Then you have the Lions, Patriots, and Raiders are the other 3 games.
They could beat the Patriots. They're going to beat the Raiders.
Exactly. So yeah, they're gonna screw around and win 7 games.
You know something I will say, which is wild. Back when before the season started, you actually like called the demise of the Raiders.
I knew it wasn't gonna end well. I didn't think they would have won 3 games. I thought they would have won like 2 games.
True, but I mean, it's like
I saw that was coming a mile away.
You essentially called the demise of the Raiders. Chiefs are entering prime Pats territory with an all-time QB mid-offense and sus defense.
Boy, they better hope they have enough trade assets to go get Brock Bowers.
Who, the Chiefs?
Chiefs, yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because Kelsey's getting older and Mahomes is entering his prime.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I think
they need either a wide receiver 1, like a really good wide receiver 1, or you better go get Brock Bowers because Kelsey ain't going to be – Kelsey's, what, 35? Kelsey ain't going to be doing this forever.
I was going to say, Kelsey's been around for a minute. Like, Kelsey's been around for quite a while.
So, yeah, like, Mahomes is, what, like 28 or something like that? He's now entering his, like, true prime years and, like, anything McDaniels led on the end in a dumpster fire. Yeah.
So, Travis Kelce's actually 34 years old.
He'll be 35 next year.
Yeah. He actually just had a birthday this past month. So he just turned 34.
Yeah. So, like I said, getting up there, tight ends, like once that body start breaking down, it's going to get rough.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Oh, no question, drunk. No question. And who knows, maybe the Patriots offense will look semi-competent.
also might be a good thing for Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah. His best season was with McDaniels.
Yeah. So it's probably
as a rookie.
Part of the grand plan. He probably wanted to get fired on purpose. He's like, I need to go back to New England so I can save Mac Jones' career.
Yeah, Mac Jones better than Jimmy G.
Dude, even he got, I'm sure he got benched or he was injured.
Yeah, he got benched for this. This week he's benched now. It's Aiden O'Connell rest of the year. It'd be hilarious if Aiden O'Connell. I don't want him nothing. I want him to be good, but like it'd be hilarious if he got hurt and Jimmy G's right back as a starter, and I'd be like, Devontae would probably be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Say Devontae will be fighting demons, man.
Bro, Devontae and Olave got the same stuff going on. Like Devontae last week, he dropped a wide open touchdown. I'm like, bro, you normally catch this thing. This thing's bounced right off his hand. I'm like, then I see Olave get hit the ball. He had a wide open touchdown. The ball hit him right in the face, and I'm like, bro, why are all my fantasy wide receivers just deciding to be doo doo? I did not win a single fantasy game the entire month of October. I got just like.
Are you serious? So you went 4 or 5 weeks just taking L's.
Bro, yeah, I was 2-1, and then I lost the next 5. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Kelsey dating Taylor Swift regenerated him to being 3 years younger in NFL standards. Probably did. It just annoys me every time they put the camera on her, every time he makes a play. Like, why do we need to see her? We don't need
to not care.
We get it. They put the camera on her more than they put the camera on his own mom. Find the line.
Yeah, the one. Did you see the one with Swift, Kelsey, and Brittany Matthews, and Jackson Mahomes? I was like, I know. That was literally like the most cringiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. We're getting off topic, but yeah.
I'm sick of it, man. It's annoying.
I'm tired.
It's annoying.
Well, yeah, speaking of being tired, I feel bad for Kirk Cousins, man. I actually never thought I'd say that, but I feel bad for him.
If you've watched the quarterback series on Netflix, like you see how hard he really works. Like he didn't deserve that, man. Like, and he
Turf
just
strikes again.
He hasn't been protected well, honestly, either the past couple years. So it was bound to happen. Now the Vikings they made this bed. They're gonna have to lay in it, and they're gonna have to suffer through it.
No, the worst part was like they finally looked like they were starting to click on offense and defense.
Next,
because they just beat the 49ers. They were playing the Bears, I think, and they were finally looking semi-comp. No, Bears played the Chargers. They was playing the Packers, and they were looking semi-competent. I was like, wait, the Vikings might actually be a playoff team this year. And I'm like, Kirk Cousins went down with an injury, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, sheesh. Like, I keep taking this back to the Saints, but it's like it keeps coming back relevant. Where it's like, last week Anthony Richardson was hurt, right? So they played Gardner Minshew. Next week it was supposed to be Justin Fields. He's hurt, so it's Tyler Bagent, who sucks. And then the week after it was supposed to be Kirk Cousins. It's Joshua Dobbs most likely playing. And I'm like, what the hell? How do you guys keep playing all these backup quarterbacks? And it's like, there's a lot of quarterbacks getting hurt this year.
Literally. I mean, I'm sure I think Baker's got a messed up leg. And then Derek Carr is just Derek Carr. And I just honestly
has one good game and everybody's like, why didn't the Saints buy at the trade deadline? They're so good. They're gonna win the Super Bowl or make the playoffs and win again. Like,
who said that?
People. Idiots who think short term. Bruh, Alexander Madison ain't it. And Cam Akers is a bum.
I don't think he. I mean, if
Dalvin Cook is washed though.
If they would have kept Dalvin Cook, I don't think so. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's like they got to shore up.
I was like, did Ashton get a new profile picture? And then I realized that's Facebook.
Yeah, the Chiefs must miss Tyreek Hill. Their receivers are trash. I'm sure they do. Because honestly, for me, at first it took some getting used to seeing him down in Miami, like not with Mahomes, because it was like, I questioned, would Tua be able to feed Tyreek Hill and keep Tyreek Hill happy the way
Tyreek living his life with Tua right now.
Oh, and he's living pretty well. They play each other here. What is it, this weekend?
This week is Chiefs Dolphins.
Yeah, they play each other this weekend.
That should be a primetime game.
Should be, but unfortunately, It is actually wait, this is not this is week 9. It should be, but unfortunately it's 9:30 in the morning in Germany.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Oh my god.
So if you want to see the track meet,
half the people aren't going to be able to watch that game.
exactly. So if you want to see a track meet, folks, make sure you wake up at 9 a.m. so you can watch this thing. Although this should be Sunday Night Football.
Oh, you know why? It's because time's changing this week. Oh man.
Yeah, time changes either Sunday or Saturday night.
I like the idea of games overseas. I don't like how it's NFL Network exclusive.
Honestly, I'll be real with you. To answer that question,
They do miss Juju, but I think Rashee Rice is taking his spot pretty well. He's just still young and working it out.
Bring back that one Ashton put up. Honestly, because listening to former players like a guy like Michael Clayton who played for the Bucs, he was doing radio in Tampa for a while. NFL players don't like that. They don't. Truth be told, they wholeheartedly, the majority of them, do not like going overseas. Because what happens is you go overseas, you play these games, you're traveling out into a different time zone to the other side of the planet. It was at the Eastern Hemisphere, yeah. And when you go there, these fans don't know what they're looking at. They cheer at the most unusual times, but recently it has gotten better because the more you go over there, the more people kind of catch on to what you're selling. So it's obvious, like the more times you take the product, the more times you understand what the product is.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting used to it. But honestly, to be real with you, I don't like the idea of going overseas to play games. Mexico, but overseas, I just don't like it, especially now with what's going on in this world. I definitely don't feel comfortable with it because any given minute, some crap could pop off. Not sure. I would go into a tirade. We're not going to go into that tonight. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, no, this ain't basketball. Even basketball, like I don't even with what's going on in the world right now. I don't feel right with a lot of American players going over there and stuff. Like you saw what happened to Brittany Griner. She was over there for how long, and then finally came home. Like I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I understand why the NFL does it because the NFL wants to make their game internationally known, and because of it, flag football is now a Olympic sport. So, hey, it's what they wanted to do. But honestly, I'm not a fan of it. But it also shouldn't be NFL Network exclusive. It should.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl is definitely going to be overseas eventually. Like I don't mind if the games are like in the London games aren't bad, but like going to Germany, that's like 3 more time zones over.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And then it's like, what they play? They play in London and they play Frankfurt, Germany. Didn't they play somewhere else too?
Munich.
Like Munich. Yeah, Munich is Germany still, right?
Yeah, it's a little farther out.
I don't know why I kept thinking my next guess was going to be London. Or not London.
They haven't played in France or Spain, but I know they play in London, England, and Germany.
Yeah. Yes.
But I will say this though, like the Jags went right. They had 2 games over in London, right? So they got accustomed to the time zone. They won both games there. Then they came back. They had no buy-in. They did everything perfectly fine. But it's like for teams like Seattle, has to go the West Coast teams especially have to go from the West Coast 4 hours, then another 4 hours just to get to England. So they're 8 hours time difference.
Yeah.
And then I believe Germany's like 10 hours from that extent. So it's 2 more hours. So it's like they're on like a whole different schedule. And it's like they have less than a couple days to get used to, which is kind of unfair. So
yeah, the NFL needs to think this through better. To be honest, NFL already have a product in America, so I just don't see why them folks over there got their own football.
Money.
That they know. Because, they want to
Money.
Yeah, money, and they want to, turn American football into an international product, much like basketball did in the 90s with the Dream Team. That's what it is. But it also is the money. I woke up hella Sundays like, damn, it's a game on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like if you wake up late and you're like, oh shoot.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say it is one thing that gets me out of bed. When
Mhm.
but it's one thing I can look forward to when I wake up in the morning. So,
All right, what else we gotta talk about?
uh,
Trade deadline. I mean, outside of like the Commanders trading Chase Young to the 49ers and Montez Sweat to the Bears and Josh Dobbs to the Vikings, there was no deals. The biggest deal of the trade deadline was James Harden to the Clippers.
yes. Yes.
They're putting flag football in the Olympics to grow it out.
Yeah. Honestly, get ready for Team USA to win by like 70, maybe 80. It's not going to be fair for like
No,
the first maybe 5 Olympics at least.
it'll
It's,
take them a while to have people train for that because that
yeah,
ain't gonna be close.
it's not at all. A lot of these teams may not score against the United States. It's going to be a blowout.
Bro, I'll imagine somebody trying to chase down like a Debo or a Jamar Chase.
Dude, you can send college athletes over there, and they
Oh
will,
yeah, college would smoke them.
maybe even high school athletes, if we're being real.
Mm-hmm.
You can send high school athletes over there, and it'll be a blowout. Fine, literally, that's what you could do. That's actually a great idea. You take some of the top athletes in the ESPN 300 and the ESPN 150.
Do some exhibition Olympics.
Exactly. Let them train. Send them on over there. Let them play. Let them come back. Monitor them though, because they're high school kids.
I will say that I saw it. I think that's a great upside move for them, but also I don't think they have enough money to pay him if he does what we think he's gonna do.
I don't think so either. Because him
But then
and
they'll just get the draft pick back.
Nick Bosa together, that's a heck of a tandem. My God.
Then you got Eric Armstead and like Javon Kinlaw and like them guys in the middle.
And Fred Warner. I know. It's scary.
Now they're still the biggest issues on offense with the quarterback.
Yeah. I love how everybody done went from Brock Purdy this, Brock Purdy that to now
Brock Purdy, elite quarterback. Then Shannon Sharp said he a system quarterback and he want to prove them right.
I love how it's all switched up so fast.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what y'all gonna do about it, man. Just curious what y'all gonna do about it.
Speaking of high school,
We don't think of them having NIL deals. I heard that was coming for. Man, they're gonna ruin high school ball with that, man.
yeah, kids are just gonna go to private school to get NIL.
They're already doing that, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till a team full of rugby players win. Y'all gonna be sick.
Do rugby players have like shiftiness? Like for flag football, you need to be shifty. You can't just be bulldozing people down.
I don't. Yeah, no, that's actually a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't shock me. NFL players get cocky, and they're like, we're gonna be fine. And then some random rugby guy is just like, oh wait, this dude is real shifty, and he just destroys them, and you're like, what the?
Well, with that, are we moving to any Cali team? You will easily go from the solution to the problem.
Yeah, because of the boosters and all the money they have.
Oh yeah,
And Texas
as well. And then it's like, what's an NCAA violation and what isn't an NCAA violation?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's rules that those kids have to abide by before they get onto these college campuses.
Like it'll be suck to be a regular kid in high school and you have to deal with these athletes just getting shit tons of money. It'd be like, hey, but they I will say this though, them high school kids, they do get exploited a lot, especially when they're really good on a bad high school football team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that they're getting money and all that, but at the same time, it opening a can of worms that once that can open is gonna be a mess.
Facts. Straight facts.
All right. College football time.
Yes.
Speaking of already ruined NIL and football.
So, of course, well, honestly, after seeing Florida got the crap beat out of them in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party this weekend,
Big shocker.
very. And then, of course, we had the playoff rankings come out.
What was the final score? Tennessee beat Kentucky. Oh man, I thought that was gonna be my upset pick.
I knew that was going to happen. Tennessee beat Kentucky.
Hey, my upset pick: Louisville over Duke. Feel proud of myself.
I had Louisville over Duke, too.
Oh, look at us.
I know. I kind of knew that was going to happen. That's right.
Actually, Louisville over Duke's not an upset because I guess Louisville's ranked 18 and Duke's 20. I thought Duke was higher than that.
Now, this right here, this ain't
That
right.
is some. Now we got some issues with. All right,
Yeah.
my guys, my peoples. Where the hell my marker just went?
I just
Got it.
I have
Oh,
some
my
questions.
stupid behind. Look where the marker is. JP, look where my marker is. I'm looking all over for it.
Hey, that happens sometimes, man.
All right, ladies, gents, people of all ages and all genders, gather around. It's time for the best segment of Penalty Talk,
Oh my goodness.
the board.
Oh
We're
my-
back, baby. All right, guys. At
So-
number 1, who we have?
It's on the screen. Ohio State.
All right. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna write what that's on that screen because we know that screen is wrong.
Yeah. I don't know who on the committee.
Out of everybody on that team and that list, I could tell you number 1 got the worst quarterback out of all of them, and I don't even know the name of Georgia's quarterback.
What? Ohio State number 1. What kind of impressive wins?
They beat Notre Dame, guys. It's so impressive. They beat Penn State, both notorious chokers in big games.
Yeah, honestly, Penn State's having trouble developing a 5-star quarterback. And then you have Ohio State, you have Notre Dame, who I don't think is that good, honestly. So to be real with you, I don't get how they could do it. But you know what? This is the first one. And a Georgia fan actually said something really interesting last night when this came out. Let Ohio State be the hunted.
Actually, yeah, because once people we all know Kyle McCord is trash. The entire world knows it now. I've been telling y'all on the top of the mountain, Kyle McCord been trash since week 0.
Mm-hmm.
Whole world know it now. Marvin Harrison Jr. is bailing that boy out.
Yes. And honestly,
That Ohio State team, if CJ Stroud had that Ohio State defense, Ohio State is smoking everybody last year.
yes.
But he didn't.
Now I will say this: Michigan and Ohio State play at the end of this month in Ann Arbor,
Who was number 5?
Washington.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this right now.
And then number 6 is Oregon. Number 7, I believe.
Okay, we know Oregon's not getting it.
Number 7, I believe, I think number 7 it was either Texas or Alabama.
All right. How do you want to do this, white boy? I forgot how we did it. We want to do our rankings or their rankings?
I guess we could do our own.
All right, cool. Get rid of this crap show. I don't need to see this.
If that's the case, honestly, I'm putting Georgia at 1. I'm putting Michigan at number 2. I'm putting Florida State.
Oh my god! You know what I just realized?
What's up?
The board used to hang right here, and I got this after the board's finished.
So you got a Naruto painting after the board finished?
Yeah, remember the board used to hang up right here for after we would do the rankings, and I keep it up for the show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh man, I'm gonna need a new spot. Crap. Give me a second. I gotta look at the wall. I guess I can put it like right here, maybe. Nah, that kind of looks tacky. Where am I gonna put it? I guess I can move the Naruto painting.
I mean, you have time between now and next week.
I'll figure it out. We're gonna have to redecorate the wall, I guess, for this board. All right, number 1. We can put Georgia, right?
Yeah, Georgia.
Yeah, cool. Hey, marker, don't dry out on me. Bro, this
You
marker really dry out.
minutes, so it might dry out on you.
Shoot.
Number 2, I'd definitely put Michigan. Number
All right,
3,
give me a second. Let me go grab a marker. This is embarrassing.
go ahead.
Grab a marker in this drawer.
Well, as I was saying,
Bruh.
number 3, definitely Florida State. I like what Mike Norvell is doing and everything. I think Mike Norvell is going to round out this regular season with a winning record. I think his toughest games in the regular season still remain to be, Miami, even though Miami doesn't know how to kneel and go into victory formation. I also think, a trip to the swamp will not be easy. Florida is currently 5-3, plays Arkansas this weekend, but we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, the ACC championship, from what it's looking like, is it's matching up to be Florida State against Louisville. So this will be a very interesting time. Wait, okay, there we go. Is he back? Back. Now, at number 4, I would put Ohio State because I just don't think Ohio State has done enough, to be real with you.
Cool. So, number 1, we have Georgia.
Yep.
Should I put Georgia spelled out or UGA? I think I should put UGA.
Either way.
Let me put UGA. Takes up less space. All right, number 1, UGA, guys. Number 2,
Michigan.
we're giving Michigan.
Yeah. Yes.
Is Michigan on a bye this week?
It might be.
I don't see them on the schedule. I think they're on a bye.
I think
Wait,
so.
where's Michigan? Okay, Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, they're on a bye.
Yeah, they play Purdue next week.
Oh, no, they are. No, they play. Wait.
They play Purdue next week. I'm looking at last week. Never mind. Last week they were on a bye.
Yeah, they play
This week they play Purdue.
7:30 in the Big House.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know why I was looking at last week's schedule. All right, number 3 we're giving to Florida State, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, number 4 Ohio State, number 5 Washington.
Yes. And then number 6 can be Oregon. So, for the most part, they got 5 and 6 right, I thought. 5, 6, all the way down, they got that right. I would, however, in the whole top 25, the only criticism I have with that as well, from 7 all the way to 25, I would move up Tulane, who is a 1-loss team, and I would also have James Madison in there, which I think I'm not sure if they were. Let me see. Let me double check.
All right, who we have at 8?
Yeah, see, James Madison needs to be in here.
Ohio State is a weirdo activity for real. I think somebody paid them to get it. If Cal McCord wins, Natty, I'll go balling everywhere.
I hope to God that's not the
That
case.
does not happen. I hope that doesn't happen. Trayvon Henderson is out for the year. We're like, come on, we don't need
honestly,
that.
right now, I would take Florida State over Ohio State on a neutral field.
I'd take Florida State over Ohio State in Columbus.
Yeah, practically. Pretty much. Yeah.
All right, who's number 8? I have Georgia, Michigan, FSU, UW, Ohio State, Oregon, Bama. Or you want to put Ohio State at 4 and Washington at 5?
Yeah. 5 through 7 I thought was good. Washington, Oregon, Texas, and then Alabama at 8. I thought that was fair.
Okay, Washington, Oregon, Texas. Then who's 8?
Alabama.
Okay, give me a second. I have to fix the board, the legendary board. All right, number 4 is Ohio State. I'm just putting OSU. Number 5, UW.
Yep.
6, Oregon. 7, Texas.
Yep.
8, Bama.
Yep.
9 is who?
Oklahoma, and then number 10 is Ole Miss. Are we going the whole 25?
Nah, I'm just putting 14.
All right. But like I said, the only criticism I have with this is I will say Air Force needs to be higher and Tulane needs to be higher.
Oklahoma's abbreviation is what? OU, right?
Yeah, it's OU.
Any chance Missouri beats Georgia? I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't think it happens.
Now last year was
I think it'd be.
a good showing by Missouri because it was in Missouri, but I don't see Georgia losing that game at home.
Nah, I would say this. I think it's gonna be a closer game than the Florida Georgia game.
I think that. Yeah, I think so with that. But I just don't. I think Georgia's gonna win though. But I don't think Georgia's gonna lose at home. No.
All right, who we got at 10?
Ole Miss.
We'll have to get Chad to make a whole little graphic of this.
I made one last night.
Oh, the whole top whatever?
Yeah, it was like the top 4 with who the last 2 out. Or the first 2 out.
Oh, with our rankings or what they gave us?
Oh, what they gave us.
We need to put what we want.
Oh.
I'm just messing, but anyway. Who's 11?
Penn State. Everything else looks good. Like if you go to ESPN and look at the actual like rankings, everything else looks good.
Okay, Penn State 11. Yeah, I can see that. Missouri, they put at 12.
Fair. Like I said, dude, I just think Air Force, James Madison, and Tulane need to be higher.
But, all right, let's be real. If Missouri and Penn State played, I might take Missouri in that game. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yes, of course.
Cool.
Really?
Right, I'm gonna just keep the top 10. I'm not doing 14. We're gonna just leave it at 10.
Realistically speaking, Missouri Penn State might end up being your Citrus Bowl matchup. Yes.
Cool. We can already rule out Ohio State from actual competition because we know they're not beating Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do we think Washington's winning the Pac-12?
The way it is right now, probably they need to get back Washington State, which is not going to be as easy as we think.
Didn't Washington State just lose to like a couple teams in a row?
They did, but that's still a rivalry game, man. It won't be easy.
Oh yeah.
Washington will win, but it won't be easy. Plus, Washington needs to beat USC. They can.
Oh yeah.
They can, but it won't be easy.
I'm messing around with my 7s. All right. Our rankings are Georgia, number 1, Michigan, number 2, FSU, number 3, Ohio State's number 4, but we have an X on it because we don't think that's going to last. UW 5, Oregon, Texas, and Bama, OU, Ole Miss. Cool.
It would be something if chaos ensued from 4 all the way to 7, and Alabama managed to find their way in.
For Bama to find their way in, we know 4 is definitely going to probably be dropping, right?
Yeah.
That would mean Washington State beats Washington. Oregon drops another game, perhaps.
Civil War to Oregon State.
And Texas has to drop a game somewhere in. Well, actually, no. Texas is what? Yeah, Texas lost to Oklahoma. That's the only game Texas has lost to, right?
Yeah, they could drop another one.
So now I would say this: if Jalen Daniels had played for tell Flash he playing for the Pelicans, but he can at least make a show. What? I don't get it.
Me neither.
Drunk, explain. Drop another comment and explain. I don't get it. What you mean by that? He can at least make a show. He's playing for the I don't get it. Oh, Zion. Oh my God. How I forgot about that. Oh my God. I forgot about that. My brain just finally clicked. I remember now. Oregon over Texas. I knew. Hey. we watch college football, but I don't think Bo Nix is an NFL quarterback. But I also don't think. I think if Jalen Daniels played for Kansas this year, like every game, and he played, hey, it clicked in my head. All right, give me a break. I was a little slow on it. All right, I remember when we talked about the Zion thing.
I get it now.
Once my brain clicked about the Zion thing, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that. But yeah, bro, yeah, he got. Let me shut up before I say something I guess really stupid. Bro, how I forget about that? Oh my god. I don't know how I forgot about that. I'm gonna be real. I don't remember. I don't know how I forgot that.
That's funny.
But yeah, back to that. Jalen Daniels, if he played for Kansas against Texas, I think Kansas beats them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Kansas looked good when they beat Oklahoma, but it wasn't because of the quarterback.
Just because of the defense.
That one I knew, like, if Daniels actually didn't want to keep his redshirt year and actually played for Kansas this year, I think he would have been fine. They would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy how Kansas finally got a good football team. I remember the first podcast I did with you, we were doing the Big 12 breakdown, and Kansas was like winless the year before and whatever, and we're like, oh, look at them now.
Hey,
They're
it takes
actually a competitive football program.
That's what happens when you find stability and you do things the right way.
Mm-hmm. So proud of Kansas.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I'm rooting for them to, make a bowl game again this time, get there and finish the job.
Speaking of bowl games, I was talking to somebody on Twitter about this. So USF needs 2 wins to get a bowl game, right? And UCF also needs, I believe, 2 games. Being all right, but like Jalen Daniels way better. I'm gonna just say that.
I'm gonna say this: USF has
UCF needs 3 wins actually. UCF is 3 and 5. They got Cincinnati, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and Houston.
I'll say this: USF needs to be a 6-2 Memphis. That's not happening in Memphis. No. They have to beat 2-6 Temple. They may do that. They got to beat University of Texas San Antonio. I don't think that they win that, and they got to beat Charlotte. I see
UTSA.
Yeah, UTSA. They might be able to. They have to win 2 games out of their next 4.
They got to not screw around. Bro, who the hell's Charlotte? They're gonna beat Charlotte. Charlotte doesn't even have an image on Bleacher Reports. I saw. I don't like what
on ESPN.
Oh, they don't have one on Bleacher Report. I'm looking right at it. When Saturday, November 25th. It just doesn't have an image for Charlotte.
They can make a bowl game. They got to beat Temple and Charlotte. That's all they got to do. Just beat Temple and Charlotte, and then they'll do it. Now for UCF, on the other hand, when you look at this, they got Cincinnati, who they should beat. They got Oklahoma State. I will be at that game. I don't think they're going to win that one.
Is 4-0 in the conference, 5-3 record.
Mm-hmm. I don't think UCF is going to beat Oklahoma State. And then
how the hell did USF get blown out by UAB?
Because like I tried to tell Flash, USF is not good. You may make a bowl game, but you're not that good. So
the AAC is so bad nowadays. Holy crap!
It is
Florida Atlantic is 4-4. Like what the hell?
Because all the heavy hitters left. UCF, Houston, Cincinnati.
Charlotte is in the AAC, and I didn't even know, bro. Like they don't even have an image in there in a D1 program.
You gotta go to ESPN. That's why you're on Bleacher Report.
Hey, just pull up the whole schedule. All right, give me a break. USF versus Charlotte. I just want to see, bro. Who the hell Charlotte has?
Well,
bro, that's their logo.
Also, too, I don't know if you saw this weekend, but did you hear about the Colorado players that when they played at UCLA, they got their stuff stolen?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so they went they went out to go play the game, and while they were gone, someone stole all their jewelry. Someone stole, and Dion's like, these guys need to be reimbursed. I think that it was a little bit of foul play involved because this never has happened in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl to anybody else that comes in there and visits. This hasn't happened to USC. This hasn't happened to, oh my gosh, this didn't happen in North Carolina Central when they went in there to go play their money game. This didn't happen to Washington State. This didn't happen to anybody else but a Dion-led Colorado team. Yeah, I think it's ironic. Will they get reimbursed for their stuff? I don't know. This also was
they better be. I mean, their stuff literally got stolen, so they better be reimbursed.
Man, look, they stuff probably getting sold on Crenshaw Avenue right now. Let's be real. Someone is selling Colorado jewelry on Crenshaw Avenue right now.
I'd say this: if they were smart, they'd send somebody like a ball boy or somebody to go down to Crenshaw and just check.
No, Oh my God, he probably won't make it out alive. Not alive. Let me stop.
Well, you know what I mean by ball boy. Just like get some, or not even a player, just like somebody who would fit in. Not like a actual Colorado attendee, like a student or something, but like,
Dion always getting robbed during the game. Fool me once, fool me twice. Hey, let me chill. Hey, no, I know what you
mean by that.
I know what he's getting at because I remember.
I know what you.
I remember, and I think it's pretty funny and ironic, but it'll be fun.
Well, them Colorado boys do got a lot of jewelry, so somebody made a nice little payday.
Yeah, they did. You might find it if you go online. You might be able to find it on eBay.
Find it on Facebook Marketplace.
Hey, you never know. It's out somewhere. It might be on the dark web too.
Oof.
Which don't go there.
All right. Let's talk. Harbaugh might not get his extension because of the sign stealing allegations. People were saying the reason why Utah beat the crap. Was it Utah beat the crap out of him? No, Texas. TCU. I mean, not Utah. I don't know why I said Utah. They said the reason why TCU beat the crap out of them was because they changed their signs up.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, no, it's possible. It's possible.
But I mean, if it's, I know it's like an allegation or whatever, but like if it was true, TCU switched up their signs, and that's the only game they've really that's the only game they've lost in the last 2 years.
And then you got to think too, Georgia pounded them down in Miami. I don't think Georgia probably even cared.
No, Georgia probably like, you can know our signs, we're still beating the crap out of you.
Oh yeah, of course. And I think Georgia right now the way it looks, Georgia would end up playing Michigan in the Sugar Bowl. Florida State and Ohio State would play in the Rose Bowl. In the Sugar Bowl, I actually like Georgia to throttle Michigan again. Now, the other thing, too, that was said regarding this weekend was Brian Kelly says that he feels his offense is up to the task against Nick Saban and the Tide.
They did it last year, so I mean, not like impossible.
It's not.
LSU's got a really good offense.
They do. Now,
their defense can't stop a fly.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say is Nick Saban's going to have Alabama heavily motivated because it's one thing to get Nick Saban once.
To get him twice back to back.
Exactly. And it hasn't been done since Chad Kelly and Ole Miss because they beat him in the Grove in 2014, and then Chad Kelly and them came back and went into Tuscaloosa and beat him. I'll never forget, dude. I stayed up from 9 p.m. all the way to like 2 a.m. watching that game. And it was a crazy game. So we shall see. We shall see.
That's gonna be a good game.
It is 8:45 kickoff on CBS. So we'll see. But yeah, so
That'd be funny. Like if LSU didn't screw around versus Ole Miss, they would probably be in the thick of the playoff run.
Yes.
But they screwed around and they didn't play defense the last 5 minutes of the game and screwed around and lost. So they got what they deserved.
All the time, dude. All the time. But folks, also one thing before we do get out of here for the night. Also, T, if you're watching the World Series, I believe it's stuck at a deadlock right now. It is. Wait, let me double check.
I'm gonna just keep this up for the rest of the show. Here we go, guys.
So yeah, the World Series is stuck at a deadlock at the end of 4. The Rangers 0 and the Diamondbacks 0. So it's actually gonna be it's still shaping up to be a really good game tonight. But yeah, folks, that's actually, you know what? No, we still need to get Ace's prediction.
Yeah.
So Ace,
give me my stats.
Go ahead and give it to me. Hold on. Let me get your stats. So, essentially speaking, FAMU comes into Lincoln is 0-10. FAMU better put a 50 on them. So this weekend, FAMU comes into this game 7-1, 6-0 SWAC East champs. Alabama A&M comes in 4-4, 2-3 in the conference, essentially all but eliminated from the race. Alabama A&M also is averaging 31 points a game. And at the same time, too, from last week, looking at the stats, I'm going to give you some more as well. So
can I just say 31-14 and move on with life?
So FAMU 31, Alabama A&M 14.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Actually, wait, let me see these numbers here real quick.
I don't know. I don't feel like FAMU would kick 2 field goals, so I'm going to just say 31. I feel like it'll be 34-14, but it just feels off to say 34.
Xavier Langford is not playing good football right now.
Fine. 34-10. That's a little better and nicer for me.
8 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions for Xavier Langford in Alabama A&M's passing game.
34-10.
Okay.
Write it down.
Ace said
now let's get into this.
Jim Harbaugh
is mentally trying to figure out how he's going to win a real game with Justin Fields. I don't think that can be in Chicago because Fields gone. He should still get out of Chicago.
I think you should too.
What team you talking about drunk for Justin Fields? Atlanta? I would have said this. If Arizona got the first pick in this draft, Atlanta needed to be the first team on the phone for Kyler Murray.
Yes.
Just saying.
Kyler Murray would create excitement in Atlanta at quarterback that people haven't seen there since Michael Vick.
Yeah, and also Kyler Murray playing next week, and if he still looks good, and Arizona somehow still ends up with the first overall pick.
Good point.
Or even top 5 pick, and they want Drake May or something.
Fair assumption.
FAMU 3, Alabama A&M 13. I think he typoed that. I'm going to give him a chance to fix that.
Yeah, I think he typoed that too. Alabama A&M stands for Alabama A&M, Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. And they are, what did I say, 4-4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
in a rough quarterback. I know 13-3 game.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a 13 game either.
I'll wait for Drunk to figure out what his typo was in that.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. What was the best Halloween costume you saw yesterday?
The best Halloween costume I saw yesterday was someone dressed up as Doctor Strange. And they actually they killed it. They killed it, man. They looked really good doing it. I also saw I also saw a group of people dressed up as prisoners in orange jumpsuits. Collective group. It was pretty slick. And the one person that was with them was dressed up as the jail warden. So it was pretty slick. There were some slick costumes yesterday.
Bruh, I opened my door and I'm looking, like, I'm standing up, right? And I'm looking straight. I don't see nobody down there. And then, like, in peripheral eyes, all right, I just look down and I see these two black, like, almost garbage bags, like, like, on the ground. Now I'm like, my brain, like, took a second to process what the hell I was seeing. And it's like, and people say trick or treat, and I'm like, hey, yo, what the hell?
Hey, be like that, man.
And then, like, I give them the candy or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they just stand up and walk off, and I'm like, bruh, y'all was in, like, it was like a inflatable garbage bag thing, so, like, there were, like, giant garbage people walking around, like, in, like, black things. I'm like, what the hell? And I, like, you guys win the Halloween costume for getting me the most confused. I have no idea what the hell I was looking at. No ties. Sometimes it missed. So I guess he's taking Alabama A&M 13, FAMU 3. Okay.
All right.
Drunk way off the vodka for a bit.
Yeah, he did.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, folks. So that's gonna do it for us this evening. Don't go straight to Christmas. That's all I'm gonna close with tonight.
The food. Gotta get the food for Thanksgiving first.
Enjoy Thanksgiving first, and then we can focus on Christmas. I got some expired ramen I'm handing out this year. Take it or leave. We gonna end it on that. That's it.
Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. JP's, I don't know what time you're doing the preview, Saturday or whatever day you're doing it.
So kickoff is at 2:00, so we will be live Saturday at 1 p.m. for FAMU and Alabama A&M. And we will be back after the game to talk about it and everything. We're here towards the end of the regular season, and looks like we're going to have some postseason football.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting time.
And we already know FAMU's done playing in the SWAC Championship. We just got to know who.
Yeah. And after this weekend, we'll know where.
So that being said, people, ladies and gentlemen, all of everybody there, thank you for another episode of the Running Gun Podcast. As we meet Ace and the dude on my left, JP, says saying goodbye for you for now, and we'll see you next week. Deuces.
See you Saturday. Good night.